The devastating midair collision between a passenger jet and an Army Black Hawk helicopter, putting the spotlight on hiring practices at the FAA.
Under Biden's administration, the agency had made clear its intentions to hire people with major disabilities, writing on its website, and this is a quote, "Targeted disabilities are those disabilities that the federal government, as a matter of policy, has identified for special emphasis in recruitment and hiring. They include hearing, vision, missing extremities, partial paralysis, complete paralysis, epilepsy, severe intellectual disability, psychiatric disability, and dwarfism."
This has since been deleted from the FAA website, which didn't do much to dwell on safety concerns. Last year, Kansas Attorney General Chris Kobach raised this alarm, sending a letter along with 10 other state attorneys general warning of the dangers of the DEI hiring practices in aviation. Attorney General Chris Kobach joins us now. You sent this letter, and I have a copy of it here. The Biden administration was sued about the dismissal of around 1,000 potential air traffic controllers because of their race, because they were qualified but white, Attorney General. What do you make of what happened last night?
Thanks, Dagan. And let me just say at the outset that my condolences and prayers go out to the families who lost loved ones. And my comments in that letter, which was a year ago, are not a description of what specifically happened last night in that horrific incident. It's too early to know if the air traffic controllers made any mistakes. But I will say what we said in the letter, and that is this alarming shift toward DEI hiring, diversity, inclusion, race-based hiring, is something we should not see at any federal agency because it's unconstitutional, and we should not see it ever at an agency that has the safety and lives of so many passengers in their hands. And as we pointed out in this letter, in 2023, there was based on internal statistics at FAA, there were 503 lapses in air traffic controller decisions, which was up 65% over the previous year. And the New York Times reported also in 2023 that there were 300 near collisions in the preceding 12 months, which was double what it had been a decade earlier. So, you know, these decisions about whom you hire have consequences. I think President Trump got it right when he immediately ended the DEI hiring in the FAA and in the air traffic controller world. But, you know, we want the best people. You know, I don't put it this way. Whether it's my pilot, my air traffic controller, or my surgeon, I don't care what skin color they have. All I want is the most competent, skilled person, because their decision could end my life in a second. Well, and I think most Americans would agree with that.
That's the point. It's based on merit, not your skin color, not how tall you are. I mean, it's the Biden administration, not my words, saying, oh, let's target in hiring people that have dwarfism. You could be the most intellectually capable person, even though you might not have the height of somebody else. And the idea that, oh, maybe you're paralyzed or that you have paralysis of some sort. Again, it's about intellectual capability and your ability to do the job. But to hire people with psychological problems, that does seem to me to step over the line saying, wait a sec. You're going to take a more qualified person and put them off to the side, not hire them, and you're going to pick somebody to do air traffic control and the FAA that has psychological problems. I have a problem with that.
Well, you're absolutely right, Jason. And in January of 2024, so a year ago, the FAA acknowledged that its DEI hiring, that if you focus on diversity, it will have an adverse impact on job performance. They acknowledged it. And that just blows my mind that they know that will reduce and decrease performance in air traffic control. It's unbelievable.
General, before we go, just to point out, Joe Biden his FAA went for over a year and a half with no confirmed FAA administrator. Over a year and a half, and one of the nominees, who was a man of color, had to withdraw because of lack of experience. His only aviation experience was running the Denver airport. Final word.
Yeah, I mean, you know, at the end of the day, competence, skill, matters. That is what we want. We want that everywhere, I believe, in all jobs in America, but especially in jobs where the lives of Americans are at risk. And it's just maddening that this happened, that this policy has happened. Again, not referring to last night.
You were on
deal.
top of it more than a year ago with 10 other attorneys general. Attorney General Chris Kobach from the great state of Kansas, thank you so much for joining us.